Hi there. So I'm going to go over how to set up the computers for projection and sound in Warwick today. We're going to assume you've already been shown where this device lives and how to roll it out here. You're going to plug it into power, and then we're going to go over these little connections here. You're going to need to make sure that you have a DI box, an XLR cable, a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch cable for connecting to the headphone jack of the computer, and you'll need an HDMI cable. These HDMI cables usually live in the case with the computers, and you'll find the 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch cables in the tech storage of Warwick. Now, before we turn this on, we're going to go ahead and plug in its devices. So first, we're going to take this HDMI cable, we're going to plug it into input 1 here. Now there are two inputs for if you need to run two computers, and there's a switch here that will switch between them. You'll see there's a button here that says 1 and a button here that says 2. When you're only using one computer, make sure that you only press 1, because if you press 2, there's a chance that this switcher will get confused and not actually switch back to 1. So if you're only using one computer, just plug straight into input 1, and when this device turns on, it'll already be set, so you don't need to press any of those buttons. So you're going to plug your HDMI into input 1, and then into the computer's HDMI port. You are also then going to go into this here technical crevice, where you'll find this blue Ethernet cable with an EtherCon connector on it. It's just a fancy housing for an Ethernet cable, and it'll ensure a very professional connection here at this plate. So there's a connection here labeled program, and you just got to make sure that it's turned the correct direction, and you'll plug this cable in here. Now, this XLR cable is the other end of this one that is attached to our DI box. You'll plug that in, and then you'll take this other end and you'll plug it into the XLR connection at the wall plate here. Make sure it clicks into place. Okay, now you have video and audio connected, and we're going to turn the projector on. Now, we don't have a remote switch built in for that, so we'll have to use a projector remote. This projector remote lives here on top of this case. There's some Velcro and sticky stuff that keeps it in place. So you're going to take the remote, and you need to walk out in front of the projector itself, which is mounted in the ceiling. It's the little white box. You'll recognize it once you're here. And you'll press this on button. Point it at the projector and press this on button. At the front of the projector, there's a red light. When you press the on button, it will turn green, and it'll start spitting out an image on the screen. Once that's there, then you should be good to go to turn this on. Throwing that switch on will put us onto channel 1 here, and it will send video out to the projector. So we've got video projecting now, and what we need to do is plug in our audio. So we've got this 1/8 inch cable. It's going to plug into the headphone jack of the computer. Okay, we're plugged in there. Now the first thing you need to do is pull up YouTube, find a music-based video, and hit play on it. Make sure that it's playing. And Alex, if you'll pan the camera. Now we come over to our wall panel, and we'll turn this on. We'll log in. The password's 123456. We will open up Visi Remote and make sure that Ballroom 1 is on. And then we can turn our volume up on the computer and make sure that that's playing. It is playing, though it's very quiet, gentle music that I'm listening to right now. Here we go. There's something a little bit more audible. So you can see there's a tiny amount of signal showing up here, and commercials. So we're going to mute it whenever commercials come up. But in any case, that's how you get it going. If you don't have sound, it might be that this is ballroom 1 is not turned on, or maybe the main left-right was turned off by the last technician. You want to make sure both of those are on and that their faders are turned up, and that will get you going. I hope you enjoyed this training tutorial.